Let's go. Produce it, process it, distribute it. I go make it just to feed my own. I go do it.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Ghana Grows Ejuma, the show that is igniting the passion of young Ghanaians to explore the incredible opportunities in the agriculture and ATVET sectors. This program is part of the Ghana Grows program, an initiative of MasterCard Foundation in partnership with the Springboard Roadshow Foundation. I'm your host, Araba Kumson. Remember, you can join the show by dialing *718 *50#. Let's get started. In recent times, organic foods have seen a notable rise in popularity, mostly because consumers are adopting more healthier eating choices. As a result, farmers and agri-based enterprises are now meeting this demand by increasingly embracing organic farming practices. One of them is QET Organic Farms Limited, which is located at Tichamante on the Accra-Kumasi Highway. Let's delve into their history and operations, and hopefully this will inspire you to go into the thriving organic farming industry.
Let's go. Produce it, process it, distribute it. I go make it just to feed my own.
So we are still here at QET Organic Farms Limited, and I'm here with the CEO of the company, Emmanuel Chine, to give us some background about the company. Hi, Emmanuel.
Hi, Araba.
Welcome to Ghana Grows Ejuma.
Thank you.
Give us some background to the company. When was it set up, and what was the vision behind its founding?
QET was started in 2019. The whole idea was to give consumers an alternative protein sources apart from the regular, meat that we know as a main source of protein for us here in Ghana, and then consumers, across Africa. You realize that day in and day out, our population keeps increasing, and as it increases, it means that there's pressure on our food systems here in Ghana. And so we're looking at how we can diversify, bring more food into the system, and ensure that everybody at least have a meal on their table each evening.
You talked about alternative protein products. What are we talking about?
Yeah, so we started with mushrooms, with these snails, and then we keep on trying to get other sources of protein. And so we are looking at even doing palm weevil. We are looking at doing different types of protein that we can give to consumers.
When people hear the word organic, they give several interpretations to it. Describe to us exactly what is meant by organic farming.
Okay, so organic farming is when we are going back to our basics, where we're doing everything without the use of chemicals, without the use of conventional chemicals. We have organic chemicals. However, we are looking at the ones that are not produced, in the lab, kind of thing, yeah. And then also we're looking at products that the processes do not involve a lot of distraction to the environment. So let's say if you're growing vegetables, you're looking at growing it in a way that you're not causing distractions and then issues to the environment as a result of you growing food for your business or for consumers. And so organic is quite broad. There are strict organics and there are integrated organics. In terms of pest management, there's even an integrated pest management approach to how you can even combat pests on the farm, and that could be said as organic to some extent. And so there are various ways by which we can look at it.
You mentioned pest management, and I know this is crucial in farming. Are you telling me you don't use pesticides at all?
So we produce our own organic pesticides. So here we're able to use the rabbit urine as a source of pesticide, neem tree, neem oil, neem extract, all these for as a source of pesticides for our production, our vegetable production. That's when we're doing the vegetables. But apart from that, with the snails and mushrooms, we do not really need these pesticides in the production, and so that becomes fully organic from the processes.
Deploy the pesticide. Do you do it in a spray form? Do you spray it over the crops?
If you're doing a spray form, and if you're doing the rabbit urine, which is also one of the best biopesticides that you can use, you also spray. In fact, almost all the pesticides that we have on the market, it has to be in a liquid form. The reason is that the attack by which these pests attack these crops either ingest the crop that they are feeding on, or suck, and then in either case, if you spray on the leaves.
So what motivated you to take up organic farming?
Okay, so I was considering not doing what all other farmers are doing. Coming from a farming background, I realized that.
Come from a farming background?
Yes, as in my family, my mom and dad were all farmers, and the area where I come from, Bono region, is a farming area. We are known for farming, and so I wanted to do something different from what I knew while I was growing up, and that is why I looked at doing something different in the organic space. The idea also is that we want to give consumers a wholesome, food to consume. Not that you're buying vegetables for some type of vitamins, and then in the end you're rather taking in some other toxins into your system. No, we want to ensure that whatever we are giving to consumers are what is going to give them what they need, or the reasons for which they consumed whatever vegetable or product that they took.
Interesting. You're doing a great job here, but are there any challenges that you have faced since adopting this organic farming lifestyle?
A lot. Most consumers in Ghana do not really appreciate whether it is organic or inorganic. We here in Ghana, the market is really about the volumes. So if I would rather buy a whole basket of tomatoes for 50 cedis as against, let's say, the same quantity for 100 cedis, I would rather go for the 50 cedis because it gives me a lot, and then for less the price. However, in the long term, the implications it has on our system is more than the amount you bought it.
Some of these challenges, how do you surmount it?
So the best way is to talk to, when it comes to when it's about the other farmers that you share boundary with, then the best is to have a conversation with them to either join you or reduce their chemical use, or probably you move away from where they are stationed. But then if that's the only exactly
moving away. Okay, I understand that you also do some consulting. Tell us, what exactly do? You consult with other farmers or people who want to come into the field? What do you do exactly?
Okay, so here what we do is that we have other farmers. We know there are other people who want to go into farming, but then where, how, and then when, and then what we start with has always been a challenge for first time or beginners. And so what we do is that we help them bring them up, because we start from the scratch, so we understand the roots of almost everything that we are doing. So the farm becomes a place where you can come and learn, and the consulting, what we are adding up, or what we are doing is that we are becoming a more of an agri-tech company, where we are combining, or we are ensuring that we are using AI, we are using Internet of Things, we are using drone technology, we are using an integrated system where farmers would be able to access the information that they need on their farm. They can, see their farm remotely, regardless of where they are. They can still be farming. They can be in abroad but be farming in Ghana, and will be able to be a part of the farm and its processes.
Awesome.
This be me, Kobe, aka Kobe Boga, KB for short. And this is my sweetheart, Obahima. Today, I get big surprise for her. Charlie, gone are the days I couldn't spoil my girl. Now I'm engaged to the woman of my dreams. Don't just look at my success. To get here, I had to follow the process. Out of nowhere, I lost my job. but I believe in humble beginnings. I got an idea that I knew I could grow. I started from a small setup, then invested in growing my own coconuts. I then grew my product lines. Now, I sell to many supermarkets in the country. Fellow young Ghanaians, trust the process and keep hope alive.
Take advantage of agribusiness through the Ghana Grows program. Ghana Grows, Hope Day.
QET Organic Farming Limited is doing an awesome job. I have to commend you for that. But now let's talk about your products, right? You do mainly mushrooms, but what else do you do?
So we do the mushrooms, the snails, and then also we do some vegetables. Yes. So at the moment we're doing tomatoes and then chili, hot pepper, the habaneros. Yeah.
Interesting. So how do you maintain the quality and the freshness of your produce?
So with the organic background, here is an integrated farm. And so what it means is that nothing goes waste on this farm. We try as much as possible to reduce waste to zero. So we don't have anything like waste here. So we use the spent compost bags, which we get from the mushrooms after harvesting the mushrooms for 3 months, and there is no more producing. We bring these together and then we use to produce vegetables.
We know that, mushrooms are your main crop here that you grow here. Tell us, what are some of the mushroom-based products that you produce?
So here we produce mushroom cookies.
Cookies? Mushroom cookies? How is that done?
Okay, so we will take you through the process. So we first harvest the mushrooms. We dry using a dehydrator. We mill here, get the flour, and then we do our
how does it taste from ordinary cookie?
I think we'll give you a bite then.
Okay, all right, what else do you produce?
Yeah, and then we produce the tea from mushrooms. We produce also kebab, what we do at events, and we produce the mushroom bags itself here. We produce we are in the process of producing our own spawns as well. So from the mushroom side, we are looking at from end to end. We start from production and then we end it at value addition.
That's great work that you're doing. But when it comes to packaging of your produce, do you do that yourself or you outsource it?
Yeah, so we buy the material from elsewhere, but we package it here. And so we use the paper packaging to ensure that it becomes more eco-friendly and then ensure that we're not destroying the environment.
All is done here at the factory?
Yes, all is done here.
Commendable. And finally, let me ask you, you mentioned that social media was one of the platforms that you use to market your goods. How else do you market your goods and how effective is it?
Okay, so we attend first for the past 2-3 years, we've been part of the National Farmers Day event at the national level. This year we were part at Adam Park. Last year we were there at AgriFest at the ministries. And so we take advantage of any fair that we hear about. We take advantage of any gathering where entrepreneurs has to be there. We make sure that we are there. We are representing fully to ensure that we are our product gets to the market, it gets to the consumers, it gets to people who are interested in getting some of our products.
Thank you so much. So that's Emmanuel Chene. He is CEO of QET Organic Farms Limited. And as you heard him say, they are not just into organic farming, but they're also teaching the tricks of the trade. This is still Ghana Grows Ejuma. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Experts have said that organic farming is the way to go when it is done right. And workers here at the QET Organic Farms Limited have shown that there's a market for organic crops, especially as more people are adopting a healthier lifestyle. In the next episode, we'll explore what it's like to work on an organic farm. This has been Ghana Grows Ejuma with me, Araba Kumsin. As you know, this program is part of the Ghana Grows program, an initiative of MasterCard Foundation in partnership with Springboard Roadshow Foundation. You can also call or WhatsApp the Springboard call center on 0308 255 775. Until next time, remember, Ghana Grows, Hope Day.